Okay, so excited. We're live. Welcome to Happy Hour at Home, and we're popping bottles today. As you can see, it's like the Brady Bunch, the Brady Bunch of bubbly
All of
today.
us.
I will introduce our guest here from, I don't know who is it with the boys on that section, Becca. It's Becca Kufrin. You know her from The Bachelor, The Bachelorette, Bachelor in Paradise, The Bachelor franchise. She's got, I don't know when you launched your wine, but it is something that we're going to try out today. It's called Bourdon. You want to tell everyone about it?
Of course, yes. Well, thank you for having me first and foremost. I'm excited to be here. In terms of Bourdon, we launched back in late 2020 in the midst of COVID. So for a while, it was just all online sales, but we're finally able to get in-person events going and able to do tastings in person. And right now it's all just sparkling wine. So we have 3 varietals. There is a Grand Cuvée, which is more so like your typical champagne sparkling wine. And then we also have a sparkling Syrah. And our newest that we just came out with that is, I have to say, probably my favorite is a sparkling Pinot Noir Rosé.
Okay, good. And I've got them all. They're all on ice right here. I'm going to not drink them all tonight. Everyone's excited. I just got off a call with the boss, and we've got a lot to celebrate at 100.7 Big FM. We are the most listened to radio station in San Diego, which you just moved here.
Mm-hmm.
And
Thank you.
Let's introduce the rest of the gang here. Shelby is representing Kendra Scott, the fabulous jewelry store. It's been all the rage for years. She's at Fashion Valley, where our big event is coming up this Saturday. And thank you, Becca, for joining us to help raise money for Shelter to Soldier. Presenting, we've got Graham and his lovely, beautiful wife, Kyrie, partner in crime and all other things. Graham and Kyrie Bloem from Shelter to Soldier. Graham, you started this organization. Was it, I forget, was it like 8 years ago, you said?
Yeah, 3 of us founded the organization 10 years ago this year.
Congratulations on a decade.
Thank you.
I know.
Lots to celebrate over here, helping as many veterans and homeless dogs as we can. And we can't do it without the community support. So we appreciate all of you getting together and supporting our local military all throughout Southern California and helping the voiceless dogs in need by allowing us to be at Kendra Scott and drink the amazing Bourdon bubbly and see lots of new faces and familiar faces this Saturday.
Yeah, and some dog faces.
Great. Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
You guys are bringing some therapy dogs, right? I've learned the difference between a service dog and a therapy dog. The therapy starts with a T, so you can touch those dogs.
Oh, that's a good one. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah, we'll have some therapy dogs and then 1 or 2 service dogs in training as well. And the team will help people identify who they can hang out with and connect and touch and who they can't.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Looking forward to being able to share the love. The therapy dogs, they touch people wherever they go. And sometimes at events like this, we get surprised because someone in need will come up and start engaging.
Oh.
And you won't even know until you hear them start kind of sharing and opening up about what they're going through and how the dog helped them even maybe just be at the mall that day. So we're looking forward to a fabulous event with lots of 4-legged friends.
Absolutely.
Right. Well, for everybody that's local, we'll let you know that, first of all the information is at bigfmsd.com. I made my signature, my name down there on the screen there. But we're going to be there 1 to 3, Fashion Valley, Kendra Scott, which is where Shelby is going to herd us all like cattle and help us to buy the fabulous jewelry. And we're going to be able to sample your wine, Becca.
Mm-hmm. Correct.
Okay. All of it is going to be there.
Yes.
I'm excited.
Yeah.
And I'm going to, which one should I pop first? I have them all on ice.
Well, it depends on what kind of vibe you're going for. I personally love the new Pinot Noir Rosé that we just launched. It's not too sweet. I'm not a big sweet kind of gal.
Right.
It's perfect for a hot summer day like we are experiencing right now. It's absolutely delicious, crisp. It has hints of strawberry in there, which is my favorite fruit. So I would say pop that one open.
Okay.
The sparkling red is good for nighttime, like winding down with dinner, I would say.
I mean, I'd never heard of a sparkling red, to be honest with you. I mean, my neighbors, they're expecting me to bring some over after we're done.
Yeah, well, the more that, we will have more at the event that you can take home with you by all means. But yeah, we wanted to do a spin on sparkling and get some varietals that people haven't seen typically when they're
Right.
going shopping for wine at the store.
Okay. And I wanted to mention again, it's going to be 48 hours before the event. So are we within that window to let people know that if they can't make it, we of course want to see all of your beautiful faces at the event to show your support financially. But you can order your wine, Becca, and I believe you can order some jewelry at Kendra Scott online. Shelby, is that right?
Right. So for our give back code, the 48 hours starts Saturday, and then it goes from
Okay.
Saturday to Sunday.
Okay. Is that the same with you, Becca? Do you know?
That's actually a great question. I should check with my social team who does the back end of the codes, but I will double check.
Okay.
But we can always extend it longer. So if anyone can't be at the event, the code will be dogtails when they are at drinkbourdon.com and just adding anything to the cart. When they check out, they'll just add that right into the note section, dogtails, all one word. And then they will, the 20% will go automatically to Shelter to Soldier from there.
Okay, awesome. Yeah, 20% of everything sold during our event is going to Shelter to Soldier. And Graham, let's talk a little bit about, why, first of all, your organization is so necessary, especially in a military town like San Diego. We've got Pendleton to the north in North County, and we've got the Navy installations, and of course, Mira Mesa, and where several scenes from Top Gun may have been shot in the past, like the most watched movie now, I guess in history. It's crazy. But we've got over 240,000 veterans in San Diego County alone. And there's like another 300 some thousand in LA, I believe, at LA County. So this is not an inexpensive thing to do, to train a dog that is so needed by our veterans. Can you tell us a little bit more about the process and where the money goes and that kind of thing while I sip away?
Yeah, enjoy. I think your door's going to start knocking soon. I can hear it.
They know better. They know better.
It's a life-changing and life-saving mission. And, we're fortunate to be able to do what we do. And we know dogs aren't the only solution or the only answer, but we always say they're one of the most incredible tools in the toolbox. They sense things that we don't sense, oftentimes before we even know we're feeling them. And so for our mission specifically, we go out and we adopt dogs. They're hand selected and evaluated by professional dog trainers at local shelters and rescues throughout Southern California. And we're looking for certain age criteria, typically between 10 months and 2 years of age, medium to large breeds, because that's what we're being asked to produce and asked for. And they have to be medically sound and healthy, and they have to be behaviorally sound and have solid temperaments. And they're assessed and evaluated, and if they pass this assessment, they're brought into our program to be trained as psychiatric service dogs. That means the dogs are trained not only in advanced obedience and cuddling and to be a best friend, but they're also task trained. So these tasks are specific to mitigating symptoms of post-traumatic stress, traumatic brain injury, nightmare disruption. Some of the more common ones are utilizing space and dogs creating space boundary between the handler and others, watching their back or covering their six by literally standing and watching between their legs or being behind them. Behavior disruption. We get a lot of folks that come to us, veterans that come to us that have precursors to their anxiety attacks or panic attacks, whether it's picking at their skin or fingers or some form of mild, moderate, or even severe self-mutilation. What the dogs do is they actually pick up on the stress and anxiety by watching the cues in the handler change, and they disrupt them. They'll touch you with their nose or their paws, or they'll put body weight on you. Another common one is frustration while driving, aka road rage. You can imagine, we can't imagine for those that haven't served, but hearing the stories I've heard, I've been able to somewhat fathom what it feels like to be trapped in a convoy that's being attacked by improvised explosive devices, mortar fire, and enemy attack. And then you come home and you're on the local 5 freeway in bumper to bumper traffic. And if you have a moment that takes you back to a war zone, you don't feel like you're just stuck in traffic like I think I am, oh shoot, it's an extra long commute. some of the folks we're helping, the stories they share is they feel in that moment they're back where they were, fighting for their lives and fighting for our country. And our dogs are trained to calm them and disrupt those moments. So, the mission is twofold. We're, as I said, adopting and taking homeless dogs that otherwise might not be adopted and or need more of a purpose than just a pet dog home. And we're helping veterans that are really in need. And, these are folks that have volunteered to serve, that have been gone from their families for 9 to 12 months at a time. Some of them 3, 4, 5, 6 deployments over their military careers, and age range sort of, 20 to 55, right? I mean, we've got men and women coming to us that are, that have seen it way too much in their lifetime. And so we're here to support. The dogs do a tremendous job. And as I said before, we can't do it without the support. Each one of the dogs is with us an average of 18 months, start to finish. So
for training,
for housing, for care, for training. And you talk about the cost. I mean, for anyone that has a dog at home, imagine having 25 of them, which is how many we have in our program currently, and providing them with, high-level elite medical care and top-notch dog food and a team of dog trainers around the clock 7 days a week that's working with them and training them. So on average, it costs us about $15,000 to $18,000 per team to train, raise, and graduate them. We do have dogs that don't make it through the program as service dogs. We call them career change, not failures. And those are career changed into emotional support animals or pet dogs in the rare case. And they also find loving homes, most times with veterans or active duty service members. But ultimately, you guys know, you said the numbers, 240,000 veterans in San Diego, 300,000 in LA, the two largest populations in the state of California. And they need our support. And the dogs equally and even more so at times because they're voiceless, right? They don't have the ability to speak and ask for help. So we've got to be there for them no matter what.
Right. We want to thank Subaru, our presenting sponsor, but we also want to thank you guys for participating and making this possible, because these dogs make it possible for our veterans to get back out and enjoy life. I mean, whether it's just honestly going to the grocery store, and don't we all love that, or, going to an event, a concert, flying to see family, anything and everything that we're all trying to get back out in life and do. So thank you, Graham and Kyrie, for doing that. And Kendra Scott has been very generous. I know her company donates money to lots of different causes. And I'm so grateful that you've taken up Shelter to Soldier here in San Diego. Do you have any jewelry you can show us, Shelby, before we talk more about wine and drink more wine? Because this is very good. I'm liking it, Becca.
Good.
Yeah. You step away and preempt for the Saturday event. Yes. Well, yeah, I'm so honored to be here, first of all. So thank you for having me. But that's why I've been in retail for a very long time. I know I look amazing, but I've been in retail for 10 years. And I've never had the pleasure of working for a company that was so ingrained in philanthropy. That's literally one of our 3 main pillars in the company. It's family, fashion, and philanthropy. And being with a company that just since 2010 has given away $40 million in give back internationally is amazing. So when I was approached to do this event, I was completely on board. We love doing local events, regional events, national. We're all about giving back. And then as far as jewelry, we do have lots of fun options right now. We did just launch our new summer collection. I am wearing the Frankie, the little charm necklace. And then really fun, right in time, that came out for 4th of July, little Sloan Star necklaces and earrings and rings. So really fun options right now. But I think most importantly, I love that when I was even reaching out to local partners to have them donate, for the raffles or whatever that we're going to have on Saturday. Even Maya's Cookies is donating 200 cookies for the event. So I just love the local just enthusiasm to give back.
Right.
So I think it's just going to be even better.
That's amazing. I mean, that's what local media is all about. My parent company from Big FM. And what can you tell us about the jewelry itself? I know that I think Kendra Scott, to me, is kind of known for chunky pieces. Is there a price point you can tell us? Is I don't know. The price point, low end to high end.
We definitely have like a style for every wallet. We do have our like fine pieces that have, the 14 karat gold and diamonds, and you can definitely treat yourself to those fun pieces. I know I do.
Okay.
But then we also have some like friendship bracelets that give back automatically 20% to charities around the world. And those are like 40. And then, we have everything for everyone, I believe. You can find it if you really want to treat yourself, buy yourself $100 necklace, or if you want to buy your mother a gift or your neighbor a gift in like the $40, $50 range. So I think it's really truly accessible, which is really what Kendra Scott wanted originally. She was going around and trying to find jewelry, and that was good quality, good gems and stones and authentic things. And I don't know about you, but I can't afford a $5,000 necklace.
No.
So no, not in my tax bracket, But Kendra Scott offers all those fun pieces for everyone.
Okay. Well, I'll just remind people that Leo season starts on the 23rd, and I am a Leo, and we do like to adorn ourselves. Now let's talk more about the wine. Now, Becca, as somebody who has been rejected from at least 3 different reality TV shows, you've made it onto 3. What led you to make wine? Like, how did that happen for you?
That's a great question. Well, I mean, I feel like most people, I just love wine in general, but actually my love for sparkling wine for the bubbles started when I was on The Bachelor back in 2017. Prior to that, I, would drink wine with girlfriends, but I didn't know too much about it. And on the show, you're constantly toasting and cheersing, and they want to get the right angles of everything. So there's just champagne and sparkling wine galore. And so coming off of the show, I just started purchasing it more and loving it more and more. And I always envisioned sparkling wine as like something that you only drink when you celebrate. And I was like, people drink wine, on a daily, nightly basis. And why not just have the bubbles? It doesn't have to be for something huge to celebrate, even coming home from a long day at work or having a small accomplishment, treat yourself to the bubbles. So I started working with E2 Winery, which is the parent company based in Lodi, California, just east of San Francisco, of the Bay Area. Started working with them, like I said, back in 2020. And they are great because they really let me have the reins with Bourdon. They basically were like, what varietals are you looking for? What kind of tasty notes do you want in your wines? They gave me full reign on name and designing the logo and everything. And so I really wanted to make it me and still incorporate part of my lifestyle into the wine line. And so you'll notice on the bottles, I know that you said that you have the 3 next to you there, but every logo is a little bit different on each bottle. And so growing up, so each of the wildflowers are slightly different. And so growing up, my dad always would garden, and we would always plant wildflowers everywhere we would go. And so I wanted to pick different wildflowers for the bottles just to kind of differentiate them a bit. And so, that's kind of how it got started back in 2020, like I said, and it's just grown from there. When we first started, we had only the Grand Cuvée and a different rosé. But then we've since have added the sparkling red Syrah and then this new Pinot Noir rosé.
I do love the rosé. I will tell you that. And that's the only one I've tried so far, because you're right. I don't too sweet. Like the only thing I can't drink is a Muscat. I'm like, ugh.
It brings me back to my college days.
Oh, yes.
Can't do it.
This is way above Boone's Farm, Strawberry Hill.
Well, I'm glad you said that.
You. Yeah, way above.
And they're all of the tasting notes are, way different for each varietal. Like the cuvee that you're sipping right now has hints of pear and pineapple, and it also it's a bit more robust. Like when I sip it, it kind of reminds me of velvet in a way. It has some coconut undertones, so that one is very different from the rosé you were just drinking. And then the Syrah is very berry forward, but I absolutely love the sparkling red. I think it's so fun for holidays. It had just launched right before Thanksgiving, so we had it in time for that and the holidays in December, which it was just such a fun spin that I feel like most people haven't necessarily seen unless they're drinking, Lambrusco. And this one's not as sweet as that, which why I gravitated towards it.
No, this is great. And this is perfect for me. All the sparklings. I collect champagne glasses, actually. Every birthday, I buy myself a pair of champagne glasses, unless anyone else buys them
I
for
love
me.
that.
And again,
I
I'm
have
open
quite
to
a
gifts.
collection too. The different
you?
hoops and flutes. Yes.
Well, I mean, so what can you tell us as now a winemaker? I mean, just something for the novice. I don't know if I'd call myself a novice drinker, but you know what I mean? What you've learned along the way, because were you a novice when you decided, or this partnership sort of blossomed, shall we say?
Yeah, it just blossomed. I would not consider myself a novice. I just like what tastes good, to be honest. And luckily, the varietals here that you're drinking, we were able to do different taste testings with different flavors and kind of hone in what we liked best. And that was actually one of the most interesting things because, you know, I didn't go to school for this. This is all new to me as I go along. But when I first partnered with E2 Winery, I asked them, you know, can we do sparkling? Is that in your wheelhouse? Because that was new for them too. They hadn't done sparkling before. And so Brett, the winemaker, who I think he'll be there on Saturday that everyone can meet, he
good.
actually sent, like, I want to say anywhere from 8 to 12 different varietals of all different flavors. You know, we had just the Grand Cuvée, we had raspberry, we had peach, orange, like all these different flavor sparklings. But I really wanted to get back to the basics. But I didn't realize, I mean, you know, with the grapes, you can add in so many different flavors. And so that's been kind of fun, as if in the future people say, hey, we want this type of sparkling wine, or we want that, or we're having this special occasion. Could you do this? It's all within their wheelhouse to make. And so it's really been fun to customize with them the different types of grapes with the different flavors.
And where can people can they get it locally, nationally yet, in their grocery store? I mean, where can they buy it if they want to buy it?
So right now, mainly it's all through drinkbourdon.com, all online. And again, if you do purchase right now online and type in code DOGTAILS in checkout, you will send 20% of the proceeds to Shelter to Soldier, which is incredible. Anyone that's in the Lodi area near E2 Winery can go and pick it up there. And they are also within one local liquor store there. And we actually are working now on, I don't want to give too much away, but getting some in a major retailer all around the country and within smaller shops within the San Diego area. So actually, after the Shelter to Soldier event, we are going to be doing some wine tastings down at some really cute boutique wine shops here in San Diego. So hopefully in the next couple of weeks or months, we will be expanding locally here in San Diego.
I mean, I'm just saying, I caught a sneak peek once of what they were toasting with on The Bachelor, and I was like, oh.
And
they need to use your wine.
It always changes depending on, you know, where they're going or where they're traveling or where they can get it. But I think now they can't technically show logos anymore for the wines. So
they want money for it, probably. Yeah,
exactly. You know, and that ABC money is not cheap.
Yeah, I know, right? I mean, that's, you know, a case of champagne is great and all, but it's probably worth a lot more in advertising, you know, product placement, as it were.
Oh,
well, this is fantastic. I really love it. I really do.
Wonderful.
You know where else
I'm
to
excited.
find it, Corey, that people can also find it at our 10th annual gala coming up. The Shelter to Soldier Gala. Bourdon is one of our partners, and we're going to be serving the Bourdon wines at our gala. So that's another spot people should show up and enjoy it, right?
Good. And of course, they can come on Saturday 1 to 3 to try it out at Kendra Scott in Fashion Valley. When we'll launch all the codes. And again, you can find all those codes. And Dogtails, by the way, is spelled TALES. Did I spell that right? Okay. Yeah. Because, so 20% of all the proceeds during our event and for 48 hours. And again, that 48 hours starts at 1 o'clock on Saturday. Kendra Scott, Shelby, right?
It just starts Saturday at midnight. So the whole Saturday, Sunday.
Oh, okay. Okay, good. And, you know, Becca might slide into your DMs and tell you, sure, go for it. You can buy it now. We'll give 20% to whattever. But I know that, you know, I was in Florida for many years. And so I might have some people in Florida watching. Do you know, I mean, would they ship wine anywhere now or no?
There are certain states that we can't unfortunately ship to just based on regulations. But for the most part, we ship to almost every state.
Okay. A little bootlegging going on? No.
Bring it back to the 30s.
Now, you have your happy ending, your dating happy ending from all the work that you put in on the Bachelor franchise. You're engaged to a guy you met Bachelor in Paradise?
Yes, I met him last summer on the beaches of Paradise. He's a local San Diego, so he converted me to move down here. We actually just bought our first house.
That's so exciting.
Yeah, so we're engaged. I actually flipped the script a bit and proposed to him and, give him the shock of a lifetime. So
good for you. I mean, I think honestly, that's why people liked you. I watched the first season that you were on. And I have a story to share with you, maybe behind the scenes, because I met that guy. I met that guy in a parking garage in Tampa because he was part of they have like a St. Pete Grand Prix there.
Oh, okay.
And so all the drivers were paired up with a bunch of DJs. And Ari and I actually won. We won some money for Children's Hospital. So he did a little something good for the children.
Okay.
That year.
Well, yeah.
But you've moved on to bigger and better. And I'm so happy for all of you guys. I cannot wait to see you on Saturday, 1 to 3 Pacific time is when we're going to be there in San Diego at Fashion Valley. And we're going to be at Kendra Scott. Kyrie and Graham are going to be there with at least 3 shelter dogs, right? And I know, is Moose going to be there? Is Moose up for it? Have you met Moose yet, Becca?
I have not met Moose, but I have seen his photo on all of the apps. Oh, yes. So I'm excited to see him.
Smushy.
He's famous.
Smushy. You're going to love him.
I can't wait to see him.
Yeah. He hasn't followed me back on Instagram, but I'm not taking it personally.
Maybe after this event.
We'll give him a nudge.
I know. I'm like, come on, Moose.
He doesn't have those thumbs to click like or follow back, but we'll
yeah,
we're looking forward to it, and we're so grateful for all this.
This is only I think it's really only technically our second event, right, Graham and Kyrie?
Yeah, our second one.
And our first one was at a brewery here in San Diego. It was uber successful. We were super happy about that. So we just want to invite everybody down that wants to give back. Can they give back to Shelter to Soldier, even if it's just online to sheltertosoldier.org? If they can't make the event, they want the money just to go directly to you?
Yep.
Can they do that? Can they make a donation?
Yes. If you visit sheltertosoldier.org, there's a button on the top right-hand corner that says donate.
Okay, great. I knew I could count on you, Kyrie. Okay. All right, we're going to let everybody go, but thank you guys so much. And thank you for the fabulous wine, Becca.
Of course, enjoy.
Looking for it. Well, after I finish these bottles, I'll be looking for it ASAP and ordering some, and I'll see you guys all on Saturday, and I cannot wait. So thanks for joining me on this crazy little happy hour at home. And thank you for listening to Big FM, everybody here in San Diego and online. And we will see you Saturday. Again, don't forget all your details about this event, about Becca's Wine, Bourdon, and about Kendra Scott and the 20% off codes. You can find it bigfmsd.com. So thank you, everybody, and have a wonderful afternoon.
Thank you.